here we go, back again with another video. And yes, before we start tonight's video, I want to apologise for last night's match review. It wasn't very good, it was very poor. It was straight after the match. I was tired, I wanted to go to bed. I tried to knock one out as quick as possible on the YouTube channel, but I'm afraid it wasn't great. I've had better match reviews in the past, haven't I? Better match reviews in the past. So I do apologise if it wasn't, what actually happened. I missed the first half out completely, didn't I? Completely missed the first half out. It wasn't very good. So I do apologise, but thank you for bearing with me. Thank you for all the wonderful comments on the match review last night, and also thank you for everybody who watched the live stream. It was a pleasure to do business with you. Pleasure to do business with you. Cheers, everybody. Well, so I'm back here to try and explain a little bit more about the match last night, about what I thought was good, what I thought wasn't good. I'm sure you know yourself exactly what was good, what wasn't very good. And about the Lee Johnson interview, yes, I've just seen a bit of a clip of the Lee Johnson interview. I tell you what, to be fair, it wasn't that bad. It was just the end bit which made me absolutely go mental. And I don't often get angry and upset and go mental, but yes, I know, end of the day. But if you are also new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I am only 94 more subscribers. Should we start this video again? Because I'm all over the place. Anyway, 94 more subscribers away from a 12k. So please subscribe to the channel and hit the thumbs up at the end of the video if you do like what you see. So the game last night finished 1-1, and it was a very disappointing ending to the game. Now, we do have a lot of injuries in the, in the full back position. We know that. 3 left backs out, and we've got, Gooch at right back. So I can kind of sort of forgive them 2 positions, because we got Gooch, which shouldn't even be there in the first place, and we got Luke going 9, who's filling in and doing a better job on the left-hand side. So in the first half yesterday, we weren't that bad, we weren't that bad. The only time for me that Shrewsbury looked dangerous was on the counter-attack, on the times when they got the ball down the line, when Gooch was completely out of position. Because Gooch was meant to go forward on the attack, and it was left, that position there was completely left wide open. Where's my pointy stick at? It was left wide open. Gooch's position here was left wide open, and time again the ball was kicked over there, and there was no one there, and he had acres of space to get the ball in the box. You had O'Brien had to go and cover, and Winchester had to go and cover when Gooch went missing, and he went missing a lot, to be honest. Luke 9 on the other side was kind of the same, not as bad. Whenever he went up the pitch, we had Doyle covering on the left-hand side. Now, apart from the odd opportunity, we did stifle out the majority of their threat. Now, the 2 problems I see with this formation and with the team as it is the first one, the full back position, and the second one, the striker. Stewart's not getting any service whatsoever. But the full back position on the right hand side surely can be combated with, why isn't Alves used as a full back? He's played full back before. He's fit, he's on the bench. Is defensively minded, thinking player. So he's natural defender. So surely Alves would make a better fit into that position than Lyndon Gooch. So why is Lyndon Gooch put back there, is the question to ask. Is it because he doesn't want to drop Lyndon Gooch? Is it because he feels Lyndon Gooch can get forward and offer more up front? But if we keep a clean sheet, you're almost going to win a game of football. So for me, Alves, for me, is a perfect fit in there for this moment in time until we get a right back in January. Also, Winchester, because Winchester's being brought forward because they don't trust Evans, does he? He doesn't trust Evans because Evans played awful at the weekend against Ipswich. Embleton played awful at the weekend against Ipswich. So he does not trust those 2 players for that match last night. So he had to bring Winchester alongside Neil because there was nobody else to play alongside Neil. Now, that combination of Neil and Winchester wasn't that bad. Neil had a good match last night. Winchester wasn't that bad either. He was better than Evans. Better than Luke 9 when Luke 9 was there. So the problem is the right back position, which we need to fill in. And for me, Alves has got to be the perfect place to substitute to go into there. It would have been perfect to bring on last night in the second half. Now, Pritchard on the left-hand side, Pritchard had his best game for me. I was surprised Pritchard to be on the left-hand side. I really was. We're moving something weird to Maiden. I was really surprised that Pritchard was on the left-hand side last night because I just took us by surprise. But he played really well. He had a good game there. His best game, and he scored a goal. And watching the interviews last night, I felt for Pritchard. I really did. He was honest. That's what you want to see in an interview, an honest and open discussion, an honest and open interview. Pritchard came on. He said things like, it was difficult to take, kick in the teeth. You know, the goal doesn't really matter. His first goal in red and white shirt doesn't really matter because the team didn't play good enough. They didn't come away with 3 points and it felt like in a defeat. That's what you want to hear after a disappointing game. You don't want to hear someone trying to dress it up. You know, it's just disappointing. Mutton dressed as lamb. That's what you don't want to see. And the Lee Johnson interview. Disappointing, it feels like two points dropped. Yes, fair enough, Lee Johnson. Fair enough. You have to be aware of a wonder strike. You have to be aware of now, was that a wonder strike? I ask you. Was that a wonder strike? Was it a wonderful strike? Was it a wonder strike? Was it outside the box, 30 yards out, wonder strike? No. We didn't defend. We sat back. We invited the pressure in the second half. It was coming. From the opening minutes of the second half, it was coming. So what was the halftime team talk like? Pritchard said the halftime team talk was to keep it positive, to press them back. What? That never happened. So that there's collective, is that as a team? Or was it actually the team talk at halftime? Or was it the sit back, control the game? I don't know what it was. For me, they should have controlled the game, passed the ball, and then had, when the opportunities arose, pressed Shrewsbury and back, and do not let them have the ball. They were having yards and acres of space. We sat deep at times in our defensive area, and we defended poorly in the second half. Was it a wonder strike? No, it was a well-taken goal, but it was not a wonder strike. It was a goal that should have been avoided. 2 or 3 opportunities to clear the ball properly, and we didn't do it. Should have been avoided. Sloppy play from Sunderland. Lee Johnson even said it was sloppy and complacent. I give him that. That's correct. We've lost 2 points. Again, correct. We've lost 2 points. Dan Neil was excellent. Dan Neil did have a really good game last night. Not enough quality balls into the box for the strikers. Not enough balls in the box. Poor use of width. And it was. We didn't get any ball. When Aidan McGeady came on, all he wanted to do was run down the middle. You need to get him down the byline, balls in the box for the likes of Stewart and Broadhead in there. Athletic Broadhead. You know, a tall Stewart. Not enough balls in the box. Second half was really poor. But what gets my blood boiling? You know, Lee Johnson, quit when you're ahead. Settle with that. Settle with that. That interview, there alone, apart from the wonder strike, isn't a bad little interview. It basically says, you're disappointed. We should have done better. It was an awful second half. Rubbish second half. The team should have done better. And basically, Lee Johnson should have said, I should have made better substitutions. Lee Johnson should have made better substitutions. Because when you're 1-0 up against goddamn 10 men for a whole 45 minutes, and Shrewsbury are 4th off bottom, remember? 4th off bottom. We should be the team in the ascendancy, controlling and dominating the game. What does Lee Johnson do? Takes off a striker and brings on a defensive midfielder. You have 2 players playing well here, the Winchester and Dan Neil. And he moves one to right back, takes off a striker and brings on a defensive midfielder. It just baffles me. But that interview should have been stopped then. But then he goes on to say, don't disrespect the point. What? I don't get that. What? Don't disrespect the point against 10 men Shrewsbury, who are 4th off bottom, who have only won 4 games out of 18 all season. Don't disrespect the point. It's shit like that that makes the fans, you know, it's going to get his fans backs up against this bloke. So let's look at Lee Johnson's record in charge of Sunderland. In charge of 64 games? Something like that, 64 games. Won 34. Drawn 16, lost 14 games. 53% win ratio. Overall, that isn't that bad. Jack Ross's was 75 games in charge. He won 38, 4 more than Lee Johnson. 11 more games than Lee Johnson. And he won 4 more games, but he drew 27 and only lost 10. He only lost 10, 50 to 51% win ratio. So Jack Ross didn't do a bad job. He just wasn't good enough to turn those draws into victories to get us promoted. Phil Parkinson was just a disaster. 49 games in charge, 19 wins, 15 draws, 14 losses, 40% win rate. Phil Parkinson was just terrible, simple as, you know. So Lee Johnson's record isn't that bad. Is it time for Lee Johnson to go? When you look at the record, it makes me feel like I'm being harsh by saying I want him to go. I'm being harsh. But when Jack Ross was brought in as manager of Sunderland, did anybody say, oh, that was my first choice? When Jack Ross was sacked and Phil Parkinson was brought in as manager, did anybody think, he was top of my list? Then when Phil Parkinson was sacked and Lee Johnson was brought in, was he on anybody's list at all? So I think it's about time we actually brought in a decent manager, a manager who can take us to the next level. I'm still, as much as I hate the way we're playing at the moment, I hate the football we're playing, I hate the way we're playing, but if you look back at his run at the end of last season, that was relegation form, 1 win and 8, and now look at this run now, it's shocking. For me, it comes down to Cambridge. If we get 3 points at Cambridge, if they bounce back, I really want Sunderland to bounce back so much. I really do. I want us to bounce back so much and get a victory and really, I know it's harsh saying smash Cambridge, but really, for the likes of Pritchard and them, for the Dan Neils, for the Stewarts, get the 3 points, get a good victory, you know. That's what I want to see. My heart says we're going to get beat. My head says we're going to get beat. My head says I can't see us winning it all the weekend. My head says, what sort of, if Cambridge get a 2-2 draw against Wigan, how the hell are we going to beat Cambridge when we can't even beat Shrewsbury, who are 4th off bottom, and Cambridge are 15th, and not really doing that not doing that bad at all? I mean, all Lee Johnson plays is 4-2-3-1, simple as. 4-2-3-1 every single game in, game out, regardless who we play, whether it's a good team, bad team. If we play Gooch at right back, a few more games will be seen. We'll be caught out. It's not good enough. Gooch is not going to be a good right back. He's not going to be a makeshift right back. He's not going to be any good there. We're going to ship goals left, right and centre, and mainly from the right. So that needs to be sorted out as soon as possible. Like I said, Alves for me is a perfect person to come in. Cambridge will probably rip Lyndon Gooch the right hand side in your arsehole. It's being blatantly obvious. It's very poor. So, for me, simple things seem simple to fix. And these are the things you'd expect a manager or a head coach to fix instantly. And for me, if we can't go to Cambridge and get a victory, if we lose at Cambridge on Saturday, Lee Johnson has to go. He has to go. If we lose at Cambridge on Saturday, he has to go. 4 points from 3 games, 2 points against, 1 point against those two sides. For me, he's got to go. You know, as much as it hurts me, he has to go. He needs to he needs to just stop talking shite in interviews. Really, he does fucking piss me off listening to these interviews. I need to stop listening to these interviews. I do. I need to stop. And I listen to them for the sake of knowing what in his mind has gone wrong. But I should stop listening to them because he does really annoy the life out of me. But yesterday, it was a shocking second half performance. The worst second half performance I've ever seen. The worst half performance I think I've seen for a long time. 10 men against Shrewsbury. We can't hang on. We go into that second half and we're leading 1-0 with 11 men. We should be seeing that game out. We should be going to get another goal. We should be taking it to them, put them under pressure. Put them under pressure. Not them putting us under pressure and us sitting back. That was sloppy. That is the players' faults as well. Not just Lee Johnson's fault. That is the players' fault as well, doing that. If that wasn't the tactics at half-time, if that wasn't Lee Johnson saying, right, we're going to sit back and soak up pressure, which I don't think he would do, for a whole second half, that is the players taking their foot off the gas, expecting to walk away with 3 points because they're knowing they're playing against 10 men. That is a poor management from the players as well as poor management from the head coach. So all round, bad day at the office. Massively a bad day at the office. Any more of these and we won't even make the playoffs. So we need to change, and it's got to change for the weekend against Saturday against Cambridge. Simple as, we take on Cambridge at the weekend. Can you get the score prediction correct? Only two people got the correct score. They knew the time of day. They know what Lee Johnson's like. They know what this team's like. They got the score correct. And they both got 1-1 because that was the score, which was correct. And that was Alan Robinson and Man of the World. I know fine well, Man of the World wants Lee Johnson out. And there's loads of people now want Lee Johnson out. I want a better manager in. KLD, what are you going to do, KLD? What's the plan? What is the big plan going forward, KLD? You know, I'm watching you sit there with your girlfriend, watching the game. What are you seeing that we don't see? That shower of shite in the second half last night. What do you come out of that game and think to yourself, wow, that's amazing. Team's brilliant. Lee Johnson's fantastic. What is going through your head? Surely, are you planning on getting somebody else in, a head coach from abroad or somebody, just to instill a bit, something different tactics, get the team playing? I think about maybe getting more players in the January window, a natural born leader on the park, a right back, a striker. Is this the plan? For God's sake, somebody come out and say something. We don't want to hear all the shite that Stuart Donald come out. We want to hear a little something. You know? Is KLD happy just to play in League One? To be an owner of a club at the ages of 24, 25, whatever he is, and say, I own a club, I'm going to play around in League One, I'm happy being an owner of a club. Do you have any ambition at all? Is there any ambition for KLD to get promoted out of League One? Because we are no further forward, for me, we are no further forward than this time last year. Why, possibly. I can't even remember when Lee Johnson came in. But I don't think we're any further forward. I can't see anything. I mean, we're bringing in, you know, free agents, youngsters who hopefully you're taking a risk on them coming through. It's brilliant when it works. But when it doesn't, you look like a complete clueless clown. So, is this going to work, what we're doing? Believe in the process, he says. Believe in the process. Somebody, I don't know who said it. Somebody said, was it Lee Johnson who said it? I don't know. How many years have we got to believe in this process? Or are we having the mickey taken out of us as Sunderland fans yet again? Because Charlie Metford's still there, fucking picking his nose with his Sunderland top on, doing things for the club. Stuart Donald's still there, owning shares. Satari's still there, owning shares. So is KLD still like amongst them? We want to know. I want to know what the future holds for this club. Is it too much to ask for? A little statement. What if they come on the TV and talk? Just a little statement. That's all I'm after. But anyway, back to the Cambridge match of the weekend. I mean, for fuck's sake, if I owned a club like that and I was a billionaire, I would definitely have high ambitions. But I hope he has high ambitions, I really do. Hope we're not having the wool pull over our eyes. Flipping hell. Right, anyway, he's been brought up watching Marseille and all this great football. And he's sitting there watching that shite last night. Anyway, Cambridge, Saturday. Cambridge were founded in 1912, 109 years old. Abbey Stadium is where they play the football. 8,127 fans allowed in the stadium, 4,376 seated accommodation. Mark Bonner is the head coach. I've never heard of Mark Bonner before Cambridge. He's 36-year-old. He's only ever managed Cambridge. He was a caretaker there. He had 7 games in charge. He won 4, drawn 1, lost 2, 57% win ratio. Then he got the job. Now he's been in charge of 80 matches. He's won 36. He's drawn 19, lost 25 with a 45% win ratio. That's all he's done in football. Never played at any level. Never managed at any level. He's been coached. He's been involved in the coaching roles, obviously. But well done, Mark Bonner, well done. You know, end of the day, if it wasn't freezing cold in this house because the heating turned off, I would take my hat off to you. So well done being in charge of Cambridge. Got them promoted last season, got a good draw last night. Now, the biggest ever defeat or cup defeat from Cambridge was against Sunderland back in 2002 in the League Cup second round. We did go down there and beat them 7-0. Is it possible this weekend where history can repeat itself? God damn no. But anyway, they played Wigan, they drew 2-2, they were leading 2-0. They should have won last night, disappointment. Game before that, they lost to Rotherham 3-1. Then they lost to MK Dons 4-1. But they beat Morecambe 2-0 and they beat Wimbledon 1-0. 7 points out of 15, the same return as Shrewsbury. Now in that game last night, against Wigan, they played the 4-2-3-1. Strikers Jeremy Ironside played 63 matches and scored 22 goals for Cambridge. Pass accuracy in that game last night was only 59%. So they can't pass the ball. Sunderland players can't pass the ball. It's going to make a very good game, isn't it? They're 15th in the table. They played 19. They've won 5, drawn 8, lost 6. And they're on 23 points with a -7 goal difference. Head-to-heads with Cambridge. We've won 5, drawn 4, lost 3 since 1978. And again, the biggest defeat was, you know, in that cup match back in 2002, which incidentally was the last time we played Cambridge. Can we get the score predictions right? Can you get the score predictions right? Leave a comment down below in the comment section. I'm going to go Sunderland 7, Cambridge 0. No, sorry, that was 2002. I'm not doing that. Stupid that. No, I'm going to go, really, I'm going to go. Oh. My head hurts. My head hurts. My head says 2-1 Cambridge, but my heart's going to say 2-1 to Sunderland. We've got to turn this around. We've got to start winning, surely. We have to start winning. We do have to start winning. You know, otherwise, if we lose this weekend, if we lose against Cambridge, for me, Lee Johnson has to go, I'm afraid. I'm sorry. I can't see him turning it around. I can't see him giving any confidence to the players. We're steadily getting worse. The season goes on. We're getting worse and worse. The confidence is going down. We just look like, you know, apart from the first half yesterday, we weren't that bad. Put Alves in replace of Gooch and it wouldn't be that bad. It's just this Jekyll and Hyde. With Sunderland, the Jekyll and Hyde. We come on second half and the team just flopped. Well, I don't even know if this match review is any better than last night's match review, to be fair. I don't even know. I've just waffled on for about 15-20 minutes and about an out. And I came onto this video wanting Lee Johnson out, and now I've taught myself to give him to the Cambridge match. So I'm just too bloody soft. Too goddamn soft. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. Take care. God bless me. God go with you. And we'll see you on Saturday for the live stream, when I will probably get upset again and my heart will race and I need to stop doing live streams because I could just give them, they're probably passing out during the live stream and just popping me clogs. Right, anyway, take care. God bless me. God go with you. I'm going in the bath, going to make me tea, and then I'm going to bed. Cheers. See you later.